Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm on a weight loss journey, losing weight by shifting my diet to a plant-based diet focused on low calorie density foods. I have lost 12 pounds in 8 weeks. My goal is to lose 30 pounds sustainably and keep it off for good. Stick around to see what I'm eating, follow my progress, and get some meal ideas. I start most mornings with oatmeal because it's cheap and healthy and easy. I like to top it with whatever fruit I have on hand, and I pretty much always mix in tons of cinnamon. Today I'm cooking my oatmeal with some leftover banana from my son's breakfast. But you can mix in whatever fresh or frozen fruit you prefer and have available to you. I'm washing up some beautiful fresh blueberries to top my oatmeal. I often use frozen blueberries in my oatmeal because they're easy to store in the freezer and always have on hand. But I love when I can get some fresh ones on sale. Once it's cooked, I like to top it with some flaxseed for some healthy fat. And that is my beautiful, healthy, easy breakfast for the day. Moving on to lunch. One of my favorite easy lunches is a component bowl, which is a bowl filled with a mix of starches and vegetables, typically leftovers and odds and ends from the fridge and freezer. I'm heating up some rice and beans, which I had prepared the night before and which I'll be showing you the recipe for. And now I'm chopping up some leftover kale from the garden. I like to give my kale a bit of a squeeze so that it's kind of massaged and a bit easier to eat. And I'm going to season the kale with some lime and again kind of massage that lime into the kale. I'm going to slice up some bell pepper that was hanging out in my fridge. And you can see with the bell pepper and the lime and the rice and beans, this component bowl is starting to get a bit of a Tex-Mex theme to it. I'm adding some grated carrot that I had prepped in the fridge. I love to add grated carrots to pretty much everything, so this is one veg that I pretty much always have on hand these days. Now that my rice and beans are warm, I'm going to add them to the bowl. And now I'm getting another starch prepped up so that I've got about 3 parts starch and 3 parts veg in this bowl, basically doing the equivalent of a 50-50 plate in a bowl. So I'm doing corn today. I'm using frozen corn and just heating it up and ideally trying to get a bit of a char on it and just chopping up some lime that I can use to season the corn. Now I'm prepping some avocado to top the component bowl. Avocado is one of the higher calorie density items in this bowl, but a bit of avocado makes it super delicious. And so far, I haven't found that adding avocado to my meals has hindered my weight loss progress. Now that the corn is hot, I'm going to season it with some lime and some chili powder. I'm squeezing on that avocado. And for extra flavor, I'm going to add some pickled banana peppers that I grew in the garden. These add a bit of kick. And for a final touch, I'm going to top it with my favorite salsa. And that is my yummy, colorful lunch. For supper, I'm going to show you the rice and beans that I had for supper the night before. So I'm getting my rice washed up. I'm using brown rice, but you can use whatever rice you prefer. I'm also just getting my beans opened and washed up as well. I'm using black beans today, and you can use whatever beans you like, either canned or home prepared. Black beans and pinto beans are probably my favorites for this. So I'm getting 2 cups of water boiling to go along with 1 cup of rice and 1 can of beans. At this point, you can add whatever vegetables you have on hand. I'm adding about half a cup of grated carrots. And I'm also adding about a half a cup of frozen spinach. If I were making this recipe again, I would probably double up the veg and do a cup of carrots and a cup of spinach. And you can really use whatever vegetables you have. Peppers, onions, and zucchini would all work great here. Now I'm just seasoning this up with a bit of salsa. I used about 1/3 of a jar there, but you could use 1/3 to 1/2 of a jar, just depending on your preference. I'm mixing this all up, and then you want to bring it up to a boil. Once it's boiling, you can just turn it down to a simmer and cook it for as long as it takes for the rice to cook. For my brown rice, it takes about 40 minutes. For my vegetable side to go with the rice and beans, I'm just chopping up some cabbage and throwing it in the steamer basket. Once the rice is cooked, I'm just going to let it hang out until my cabbage is steamed and ready to go. My baby boy is going to enjoy this meal with me, so I'm just serving some rice and beans up for him, and I'm getting his topped up with some avocado. He also had a little bit of the steamed cabbage as well. For myself, I'm going to do a 50-50 plate. So you'll see me here doing half the plate with the rice and beans, which is my starch, and then half the plate with my plain steamed cabbage. And I was still hungry after eating this plate, so I did go back for a bit more of the rice and beans. And next time I'll know that I need to make more cabbage as well. And for some extra flavor, I did top this with my favorite salsa. So that was my dinner. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and stay tuned for more meal inspiration in the videos to come.